Hi, one person. Who are you? Come on in, let me know. Yep. Starts today at 2. Hi, 3 people. Hi, Kat. How are you? What's new? Thought I'd come on for a few minutes. It's almost 10 o'clock in the morning here. And I thought I would say hi. Thank you. Before I've been up since 6, but I have things I got to get done, but I thought I'm going to come on, say hi, see how everybody's doing, wish them a happy Halloween tomorrow if you like Halloween. Some people don't, and that's fine. But I thought I'd say thank you for the thumbs up. Whoever is giving them to me, the 6 people in here, if you could give me a thumbs up too, I'd appreciate it. Hi, Wolf Girl. Okay, take care. Have a good day. I'm not going to be on long because I do have things I really do have to get done today. I'm leaving for my other son's house next week. We're going to have our scary movie night. We couldn't have it last week because Jason, we were over at Jason's and he made this huge dinner. So we're doing it next weekend. So I got to get the rest of my stuff decorated before I leave so I don't have to mess with that. Hi, Deb on the Move. How are you? How you doing? How you feeling? I'm just watching, well, I don't know what I'm watching. Actually, I don't even know what this is right now. But we have some movies that we're going, because we're on a thread, all of us that are going to be there, talking about what movies we want to watch. One of them is, I hope I'm saying this right, I think it's called Good Dog or Good Boy. It's about a dog. The other one is, shoot, why can't I remember? Hi, Pussycat. She's feeling better, Pussycat. Dang, what is the name of that? Wait a minute, I gotta think. Okay, good boy or good dog. Oh, I can see it. Oh, that drives me nuts when I can't remember. It's new. It's brand new. Doggone it. Oh, well, if Florida goes live tonight, I'll tell you guys. I'll look it up. So there's a few that we're going to be watching. Shoot. I did too, Pussycat, but I thought that I like to binge watch, okay? I like to binge watch anything that is more, that is a series, you know what I mean? Because I don't like to have to wait. Well, I didn't realize that when I watched it, the Murdoch on Hulu, I didn't realize that it had just really started a couple weeks ago. So when it ended, I thought, I sat there and waited and I thought, crap, now I got to wait till next week for the next one. But he really resembles the real one. I couldn't believe, how he resembles that one. But the other one that Jeremy, my son, told me about was, it's called Kennedy, Sinatra, and the Mafia. And wouldn't you know it, I don't get it. It's on the channels where you have to upgrade. And I'm not going to upgrade just to watch one. I'm hoping that eventually it'll come on to one of the cables that I can watch it. But he said it's it's really good. Yeah, she did too. Gosh, I wish I could remember the name of that movie that we're going to watch. It starts with a W. Shoot. Oh, that's really bugging me now. I think it's talking more about what just his relationship. It really goes into depth. Jeremy said about his relationship with Sinatra and the mafia. Yeah, Jeremy said, he goes, it's nuts when you really start listening to all this. I mean, some of it I already knew, but I'm going to wait and watch it. But anyway, at 2 o'clock, the Halloween, all the Halloweens, it's a whole marathon. So I have it on this AMC. It's on the Scary Station. I don't know what this is, though, this particular one. I don't know if it's Friday the 13th. I'm not sure what it is, but anyway, maybe it is because it looks like they're in a cabin. Frank's, I love his voice, but he had I love Dean Martin. He had a terrible temper, really bad temper. I've read many books on him, and from his own wives. I mean, but he after he would do a show at night, they'd go back up to his place, and he had a chef there a lot of times. And one time, he didn't make the pasta right, and Sinatra took the whole thing of what he made and he threw it across the room. He was ticked because the pasta wasn't al dente enough. Can you believe that? And he had people over that night. They were all going to eat. But yeah, and he used to, yell at his wives, and he'd get really jealous. Well, the one that he really loved was Ava Gardner. And she ended up leaving. But that's the one he really, really loved. Oh, I love Dino. Hi, Val. She was beautiful. Ava Gardner was gorgeous. Because Frank Sinatra, when he was young, he was not good looking at all. Well, I mean, he was a decent looking older man, but I mean, he wasn't one that you would look at and go, wow. Dean Martin, on the other hand, I think Dean Martin was very good looking. But I would love to have seen, and I could have, and I could kick myself every single time. My mother-in-law used to go to Vegas all the time to see shows. She wasn't a gambler, but she would go to see shows. And she would always ask, and maybe next time, because the kids were little. My oldest ones were really little, And I don't care for Vegas that much, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it's okay. I'm not a gambler. If they have a good show, okay. But I could have seen Elvis. She used to see Elvis all the time. I could have seen the Rat Pack. And that's what I kicked myself about, is not going to see the Rat Pack at the time when it was him, Sammy Davis, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis, Dean Martin, and sometimes Joey Bishop would come in on it, and Peter Lawford once in a while. But really, it was the three of them. Oh, I can't tell you how many times I think, Daveda, you're an idiot. Why didn't you go? to me, Vegas itself is ugly. And I've been there many times. Now, I'm not talking, okay, when I used to go now, I'm talking back in the early 70s and 80s, and I've been through every decade, but anyway, a lot in the 70s. And that's before housing was real prevalent, like it is now, like Henderson and all those different areas that, what I mean, where it's really started to establish itself with homes. I'm talking the strip itself and right outside of the strip. It's not all that. It really isn't. There are parts of it that are, homeless and buildings that are no longer occupied. And the strip at night is very pretty because of all the lights, At night is when it's pretty, but you go outside of that area, where the entertainers live. They live in gated communities and stuff, and they're very nice, and they have really nice homes there now. But back in the day, no. Hi, Sandy, how are you? You should try to go there so you could, Sandy. It would be nice for people that have never been there, maybe, but definitely go. Oh, yeah. Kella, I'll tell you another thing. Hollywood, people always, and I've said this before, I used to live in North Hollywood, and that's not all it's cracked up to be either. Believe me. Believe me. It's not. Many homeless people have a misconception about, I think they think of Hollywood and they think of, the stars' homes and stuff. And you can take a tour of that and look at their homes, and that's cool for people that are movie buffs and don't live in California. I can see where that would be something maybe someone would like as far as that goes. Personally, I think people would be disappointed a lot of times because it just isn't, all that, truly. Oh, I don't, San Francisco, my sister lived up in Oakland. Her husband was the PR of the Oakland Raiders, the football team. And he was an entertainer too, way back. And they lived in the nice part of Oakland at the time. And there's a very small hub of Oakland that's nice. Actually, my daughter-in-law's there right now, Wendy. She has to travel. She flies there all the time because she works in the school. Well, it has to do with schools. But anyway, that's part of her district. And we were just talking about it this weekend because she was at Jason's. And a lot of the areas there are nothing to be desired. Now, what is pretty is when you're going up into Frisco and you go to the wineries, a lot of those areas are really pretty. But a lot of those were burned during the fires too, which is very sad. Hi, Fired Up. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Where you live is literally a dump city. OJ lived right, his house, the one that he lived in with Nicole, that they completely leveled. It's not even there anymore. It was completely taken down. And I think somebody rebuilt, but the house that she was killed in, her condo, my son had a townhome type area where he lived when he was going to UCLA in LA. And he lived right down the street from where that condo was. You live in Jersey, not a fancy place. See, I would love to go back east. I'd love to go to Jersey. I want to go to Little Italy there. I want to go to Boston. I want to go to the house where my dad grew up. I want to go to Salem. I want to go to a Red Sox game. You never been in San Francisco or Vegas, Valerie? Monterey Bay in San Francisco, like the boardwalk, Fisherman's Wharf. If you were going to go there, I mean, that's kind of where people go sometimes, tourists, you know. I mean, they do have, if you like fish, they have really good fish and chowder and all that. And the marinas there, we went there. But yeah, it's not, I mean, to each his own. I'm sure there's many people that like it, and that's fine. Well, yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of their homes, they do have a lot of bushes, and you really can't see a whole lot. You like Hollywood Fired? The beach cities are probably, now I'm talking when you get down by, I mean, literally, where you're just a mile or two, if that, from the beach. But that they're pretty, but not all the houses. I mean, a lot of the houses are old, but I'm talking like Malibu, all that burnt down. That was very pretty. In Malibu, those houses and that area there, a lot of it was very scenic, very pretty. Laguna, by where I live, the beach is very pretty. Again, I'm talking right where the beaches are. But yeah, I mean, and the mountains, Big Bear and all that, that's, very pretty. Trying to think other areas in California. Not Santa Monica. Thousand Oaks, a little bit in those areas. Beverly Hills. But, I mean, every area has their slummy parts. I don't care where it's at. But I'm just saying the misconception of when you hear Hollywood, a lot of people think it's something that it's not. And I always feel bad because I think, oh, they're going to be so disappointed. God. Well, Dandy could even tell you that. I mean, when she was little, I think she said she was born here and she went, when she was here, I'm sure she saw areas that weren't maybe what she thought they'd be. Were you in Big Bear, Valerie? Your son paid half the rent for an apartment and his half was $3,000 a month. Was that here, Sandy? But Sandy, in Jersey, isn't it where there's a lot of families that go generations and it's more where you know one another more? You know what I mean? It's not like, I don't know how to word it. It's not like, what am I trying to say? In California, they come and go, okay? I mean, because, well, how am I trying to say this? It just seems like back east in a lot of those areas, whether it's in the Bronx, it's Jersey, it's the different boroughs, they all kind of know one another. You know what I mean? And it's been established and it's generations. Where here, people come and go, they move, you don't have these little hubs where people stick around, if that makes sense. Okay, that's what I mean, Pussycat. Because, like in Boston, even where my dad, a lot of, well, now his brothers and sisters are all passed, but now it's the cousins and all that. But they have established their areas and they've been there for a long, long time. Where here, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but here it's not like that as much. Yeah, and I like that, the little towns. I like that. Franklin Mills is nice in Jersey. Hi, Robin. How are you? Oh my gosh, Robin, how are you doing? Where have you been? Yeah, my dad was in Cambridge, right by the college. Sandy, was your son, are you talking about California where he paid 3,000? Because if he did, I believe it. Rent, leasing, I don't care what it is. It is so expensive. My daughter was living in a place, this was like, oh my gosh, this was like 15 years ago. It was a 1 bedroom and a loft. It was 600 square feet. At that time, $2,900 a month. No yard. It was upstairs. Tiny. I'm talking tiny. It's very expensive here. Gas is still closer to $5. I just the other day got gas. It was $4.69 a gallon. At one point, when it was at its highest, it was close to $10 a gallon. Think about that. $10, well, 9 something, I round it. It was ridiculous. It was, it used to irritate the heck out of me. My husband and kids all graduated from the same school, K through 12, right around the corner from my house. See, that's what I mean. I like that. I'm good. I've been around. Your home looks so beautiful. Thank you, Robin. He worked at Twitch headquarters. What a waste of money. It sure is. Your gas is $2.97 there, Pussycat? Oh my gosh. Yeah, when they say in the news, gas is so expensive, and I'll look and I'll see something like 2 something, I'm thinking, oh, I haven't seen 2 something in years. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you, like I said, if my kids didn't live here, the majority of them, I'd go. I would. I'm telling you, I would. It's so expensive. I'm going to go out to see Josh in May. He's in Tennessee, so I'm going to look around there while I'm there. My one son, Jeremy, if he moved, he would like to go to Arizona. But see, I don't like the heat like that. I mean, hello, I live in California. It was almost 100 degrees yesterday here. I hate it. I hate it. I want the seasons. Yeah, Robin, he lives in Franklin. He lives in a very, very nice area of Tennessee. Very nice. In Tennessee, Pussycat, what's so good about living there? Well, first of all, it's really pretty. Second of all, you have your seasons. Third of all, it's not as expensive as it is here. Now, in the particular area where he lives, it's getting more expensive because so many people are moving there. Oh, Sandy, I wish so bad. Oh, for California? Nothing. Well, a lot of people say the weather, but and you're an hour and maybe an hour and a half. You're in the mountains, and then within an hour you're at the beaches. For a lot of people, I live closer to the beach, but that's why they like it too, because you can go to the mountains, you can go to the beach, and the beaches are very pretty here. But it's not enough to make me. It's not enough to make me stay. But the thing is, it used to be a very sought after state, but it's gotten so bizarre through the years. Like I said, I was born here. I've lived here my whole life, and I have seen this place change, and in my opinion, not to the better. And that's my opinion. The particular area I live in, I'm kind of like secluded. So in my particular area, it's very nice. But you go outside of that area, and then you're in a different situation. Hi, Logan. Do I live in a beach house? I don't live in a beach house. I'm like 20 minutes from the beach. But if you live close to the beach, you hardly go when it's so close. Yeah, exactly. Well, see, my son did live in a beach house for years, Jason. And he lived right on the beach, where when he walked out of his door, he was on the sand. I mean, literally on the beach. But he used to surf all the time, too. He was a surfer. He'd surf before he'd go to work. He'd get up really, really early in the morning. But then he had an encounter with what he thinks was a shark at one time. And I kept telling him, I go, man, don't keep going out there, because the sharks became more prevalent. Now they come right almost to the shore. It's scary. And I don't know what's making them want to do that, but they are. And he was out there really early. It was like 5 a.m. And this huge, and it wasn't a dolphin, because he knew the difference, because the dolphins would come up and they'd swim with the surfers, and this one really rammed him this one morning, scared the crap out of him. And thank God it didn't keep following, whatever it was, didn't keep following him. So he came back in. And I told him, I said, Jason, I really don't have a good feeling about you going out there like that. I said, I know you love it and all. I said, but maybe that was a little wake-up call. And he finally heeded to it. But those sharks are coming in so close now. Oh, yes, send them, San. I would love to see it. You'd love to see the bad places? Ugh. I love to go to Kennington and Philly. I saw you in Florida showing pictures of that place. So sad. Oh, you live close. Oh, yeah. Sandy, I could not believe that place. When Florida showed that to me, I could not believe what I was seeing. I could not believe it. Sandy, those people were hunched over, standing up like statues, stoned out of their mind, hunched over and completely out of it, not falling down. It was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my life. And whatever it is that they're taking, it's eating their skin away, literally eating them up. And I kept saying to Florida, I go, okay, look at what they look like on the outside. Can you imagine what it's doing to them on the inside? If their outside is looking like they have leprosy, can you imagine what it's doing to their organs? I mean, it was the saddest thing I've ever seen. Oh yeah, you got to wash off. Usually they have like showers right out from the house, and you can shower down, to get all the sand off. Oh, Val, I'm not kidding. Those sharks are so close now. I mean, I'm talking very close. I mean, you know how you, when you go to the beach and you go out and say you're about up to your waist? They're coming right in almost to that. Some of them get stuck in the sand because they come up so close that they'll get stuck in the sand and they can't get out. You know what I mean? You don't go to Philly anymore because your husband's grandparents have died. It's 2 hours from me, Philly. Either I remember when that place wasn't like that. Is that what it is, Pussycat, what they're taking? Well, it's laced with something that is doing a number on them. My friend Susan saw her daughter on one of the... Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, dear God. Oh, that would be... Oh, my gosh. My friend Susan saw her daughter on one of those videos. How freaking sad is that? Oh, that would do me in. Your uncle lived in the central city of Philly for years. Went there many times. I had a very good friend when I was a kid. We were very good friends. She was from Philly. Oh, I mean, have you guys seen that? What Sandy's talking about? It's, what's it again? Kensington? And is that the name of the videos, Sandy? I'm telling you, you guys, I looked at that. I could not believe what I was seeing. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. I mean, they were on the streets, they were standing up, they were next to poles. It was like they were posing, because the poses that they were in, it's like they were literally like they were frozen, because, and not falling over. That's what blew my mind over the whole thing, is I'm thinking, okay, they are in this position where normally if you were in that position for more than 5 minutes, you'd lose your balance and you'd fall over. But they would be in these awkward positions to wherever they got completely stoned and were at their height of that high, just, it's like they froze in that position. It was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. And this one guy in the video kept going back because they have and God bless the people that go out there to go to help. I mean, God bless them. But they would take this big, like a RV type thing, and they would go out for the people that were, strung up on this stuff, strung out. And they would go and they would give them food, and they would come in and they would change their bandages. And this one guy, his whole arm was almost eaten up. His forearm was almost eaten away. And they would go in, take off the bandage, put new medication and a new bandage on it. And then he'd go out, and because, he was addicted, and he'd get stoned again. But I mean, this was their life. Is their lives. And it's the most, oh, it's so pathetic. It really, I feel sorry for your friend, Sandy, that saw her daughter on one of those. That would be just heart-wrenching. It really would. You went to an art show in Philly. Across the street there was a school. It was at night, and they had low lights on the school. The rats. Ah, that's the other thing. Okay, we all know how I feel about rats, okay? Some people don't get freaked out as much. Like, I don't get freaked out as much about snakes. Some people, just the thought of a snake, gives them the heebie-jeebies. Well, that's how I am with rats. I told you guys about those 2 rats that fell out of that flippin' tree a couple weeks ago, right in front of my face. Scared the crap, right? Wouldn't you know it? And these things were big. I think Florida said they're fruit rats. But anyway, my son, because he was accepted to a school back in New York when he was going to law school, he had like 4 different colleges that accepted, and so he went back to look. And you always hear about the rats and all that. And I said, were they bad? He goes, oh my God. He goes, you would not believe the rats. He goes, they would run right over you, And I have a friend that she was an entertainer, and she moved to New York to pursue her career. She ended up marrying the guy. They're back here now, but she ended up marrying the guy that played Tommy DeVito in the Four Seasons when they were on Broadway. I can't remember if that was the name of the thing on Broadway or not, but anyway, that's what he played. They met, and they're married now, and they do their own thing, that they travel and entertain. But when she first moved here, because she had always lived in Orange County by us, her brother and my daughter went to prom together. And she told her mom when she was first there, because she was first starting out, didn't have a lot of money. And she was so freaked out because at night the rats would come out into the apartment, and there were times that they would run right over her when she was in bed. That would be the end of it. My career would go down the tubes immediately, and I would leave. I couldn't do it. There's no way. There's absolutely no way I could deal with that. But yeah, he said the rats were abundant. So when you said that, it made me think of it. But how do you sleep standing? Pussycat, if you could see the way that the positioning that they were in, I mean, your body would just naturally fall. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. They were just stiff. They were just stiff. It was like somebody came by them and sprayed them with something that stiffened them. And no matter what position they were in, that's where they stayed. It was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my life. Well, I follow a guy, Rat Talk. I think it's Rat Talk. The rat. Anyway, he used to be in Queens, and now he's in he's in New York, but God, where did he go? He got married, and his wife's pregnant. Anyway, he does a big thing. He goes at night, and he'll go all around New York, all different areas of New York. And he goes and he takes video of these rats, and at the subway, in the different restaurants, you'll see these rats climbing where people in the morning come to eat. It is So gross. And the reason he's doing it, he said, something's got to be done about it, and people are just turning their heads. He said, people come in here and eat, and and you know how they have those areas that are outside, and you can eat outside? The rats were climbing everywhere. And then they're getting into people's cars and into the hoods, and they're chewing up their hoses. You could see the trash on, where how they put their trash out by the street. You could see the trash moving. There were so many of them in the trash. I mean, it is an epidemic of them. I mean, it's crazy how many there are. Oh, you got to watch this, Kai. It's called I'll find the name of it for sure. And if Florida goes on tonight, I'll let you know. But I think it's Rat Talk. Anyway, I'll find it. And like I said, he'll go out at night. If you could see, oh my gosh, inside Grand Central Station, he's filming, and he's getting to be very well known now. And the guys, the security or cops or whatever's in there at night, they come up and ask him, what are you doing? Because he's videotaping. So he showed them what he was videotaping. And inside Grand Central, where people go to buy souvenirs and candy and candy bars and so forth, rats were all over eating the candy bars, okay, chewing on the candy bars. Well, people are picking those up, right? And we all know that they pee and they crap all over stuff. And I mean, it's nuts to watch him. And of course, he's made many enemies because a lot of those places were shut down because of him, because they had to clean up their mess, right? I mean, it's nuts. It's crazy. Oh, they're there, believe me. They're there. Yep, they're there. You guys, you'd be shocked. If you've never seen one, you'd be shocked, because I was shocked. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's crazy. And one night, because he made friends with a lot of people that, lived out there as well. And he was videotaping this restaurant. It was a grocery store, but there was, how grocery stores have places inside of them where they also make food and everything? It was like that. And so anyway, he was videotaping. All of a sudden, this chick screams, and he turns the camera, and these rats are running right across, and it scared her to death. And then he shows how they burrow into how the trees are like by the street. A lot of you'll see trees, and they have like kind of like bricks around it. Kind of, I don't know how to describe it. Kind of like you would a flower bed type thing, but it's for trees. Well, there's these big holes in the dirt, and at night, these rats come out from there, and that's when they come out, because being a lot of times nocturnal, they start going into the places they need to go into. So they went across, he showed the whole thing. They went across, they came out of the hole, ran across the sidewalk, went up into this little area that they've made, and they've made this whole little, it's like a little ramp to where they go across, they go up, and because the bricks, some of them are broke, you can see them climbing. You can see their little bodies climbing up to get into these stores. They've made their little burrows so they can get into these stores at night to eat. And that's what they do. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. But yeah, it's unbelievable. You just looked up what I'm talking about? Yeah. Florida's going live. I won't be able to stay awake. Tell everyone I said hi, please. I was in the hospital, heart issues. I swear these days I'm practicing dying. Oh, don't say that. But what's wrong with your heart? What do you mean? What's happening? What are they finding out? Mine was doing some slow, what do you call it? A slow heartbeat. I don't know if that's what it's called medically. It's where the heart, the beat of the heart, low heartbeat. Is that it? Low heartbeat? I don't know. You're younger than me, though, by quite a bit, aren't you, Sandy? Hi, Joyce. How are you? What's new in your world? Hi, 11 people. Whoever didn't hit the thumbs up, if you're still here, that if you hadn't, please do. It'll help me in my algorithm. I'd appreciate it. So what do you guys, you're 65, you're 65 Oh, the radiation they're saying did it? Okay, so you have like tachycardia. Is that what it's called when it's fast, tachycardia? So yours goes real fast. Are you on any kind of heart medication? I can't remember. I'm on that metoprolol, whatever it's called. Oh, it damaged your heart. So what do they do when you go into the hospital? You're on 5 different meds? Okay, you're on that one too, the metoprolol or whatever. I can never pronounce it right. But yeah, I'm on that. I take one at night. But I'll tell you what, one time I was over at Jason's and I forgot to take it with me. So now I have it in a bag and I have a few of them in there just in case. So if I do forget, I have it in there. Well, the next day I thought, man, I don't feel good. Something's wrong. And all of a sudden my heart started beating really, really fast. And scared the crap out of me. And then I remembered, oh crap, I didn't bring that pill. So now I make sure I have that pill with me. So yours is, your heart goes fast. I don't know what it means when your heart goes slow, though. Does it mean your heart doesn't beat fast enough to get the blood? I don't know. You crack me up, Sandy. I'm just practicing dying. Sandy. Are you guys going to do your channel? For crafts? And before I go, oh, you're not sure? What do you guys gonna make for dinner, just so I know. I'm just having leftovers. I gotta finish in my living room, get my stuff done. I'm craving something sweet, but I have to do my grocery shopping. I gotta go to Trader Joe's. I'm not gonna do it today. I'll probably do it Saturday. It's gonna be so busy today because of Halloween tomorrow, and I don't want to go tomorrow. So I'll go to the bank on Saturday because usually you can get in and out of the bank quick on Saturday for some reason. Your heart's 120 beats per minute when you're on meds. Oh, it's raining? Oh, you lucky duck. What's the weather there, Sandy? What's the degree? How cold is it? It's going to be almost 90 here. Oh, it's humid. 56. Oh, 56 sounds good to me. I got one of those cooling blankets. It works pretty good. I have that, and I have a fan right on me when I sleep at night. Oh, yeah. Well, when it gets humid like that, the air just gets thick, you know? I don't like the humidity either. My one daughter-in-law loves the humidity. I go, you have got to be kidding me. I just don't know too many that like the humidity, but she does. I'll call you when I have my breath back. When did you get back from the hospital, Sandy? And were you there overnight? Is Crime Scene getting her house done? Are they getting pretty well done? It used to not bother me. Really? Ugh. I just can't do it, you guys. I can't. I always get a little bit depressed when summer comes. I'm not joking. When I was a kid, obviously, I loved summer because we'd go to the beach. We'd take the bus and go to the beach and lay out and listen to the radio, all that stuff. Now, I think, oh, here we go. Months of heat again. Oh, she's been slammed at work. Deb's trying to get her body fixed so I can enjoy life again. Poor Deb. Well, hopefully you'll get that done. Have you been taking advantage of your pool, Deb? I swear to you, if I had a pool in my backyard, we have a community pool. A community pool is not the same as having your own pool. If I had my own pool, man, I would be out in that thing just laying on a raft. I would. I'd turn up the tunes, I'd turn on my oldies, and I would get in that pool and lay on that raft. I swear I would. You would, Sandy. I used to get so dark. I would really get good hands. Now to stay out in that sun any length of time is like, oh, no thanks. I'm going to go back in. Those were the days, weren't they? Weren't those the days when we were young and carefree? Well, at least we have our memories. Me too. Sandy, I used to do that too, the Mercurochrome. Remember, it used to make the oil kind of that reddish orange, and then I'd put that all. I used to do the same thing, and then they had that cocoa butter. Remember that little, uh, well, it looked like soap, but and it looked like Hershey's. It had the same kind of cover, and it used to smell really good. It would smell like the coconut. I used to take that to the beach and I'd put that all over me. Oh, I wasn't on the roof of a 20-story building, but I remember that. Oh my gosh. And one time I didn't have any baby oil, so help me God, I'm not lying. I didn't have any baby oil, so I got some vegetable oil and I used that. Well, desperate times call for desperate measures, right? I used vegetable oil. A tan always looks so good on anybody. I don't care who it is. I don't know, it always makes you look healthier, you know? Oh, I'd like to go to Coney Island. See, I'd like to go to Coney Island. You too tired, Deb? Well, yeah, you'd have to be careful. Maybe you'd fall asleep. That's the only thing you'd have to be careful of. If you got on that raft and fell asleep and fell in the water. I'm sorry you've not been feeling well. That's such a drag because you just got into your house months ago, correct? Anyway, I guess I'll go. I always hate leaving when I get on here with you guys, but I've got to. I've got to. I have to just will myself to get things done. The older you get, for me anyway, the older I get, sometimes it's just like, okay, all right, Daveda, you got to get up. Get up. Get up and get your stuff done. So I will tell people you said hi, San. And like I said, Florida might be going live tonight. I'm not completely sure, but I think she might. Hi, Pet Nanny. How are you, sweetie? Oh, you need stents put in? Well, you better get those, Deb. You can't wait on that. Pet Nanny, I was so happy to see you. I'm getting off now, but no, don't worry. No one's ever late. No one's ever late because I never say I'm going on at a certain time. So anyone that comes on, you're fine. Oh, did they just put the stent in you? Yes, I'm glad you did too, Pet Nanny. Did you just have that stent put in, Sandy? You've been there a year? Do they have you do the stress test where you have to get on the treadmill? And they hook you up to all that stuff and then they do the ultrasound? That's what they did to me. Oh, last year? So what do you think's doing it to you now, Sandy? Oh, you do the chemical one? The chemical one always scared me because I thought, I don't know if I'm going to freak out if all of a sudden it just starts beating really fast. You know what I mean? Opposed to doing it on the treadmill, knowing that it's going to happen as I get, as because they put it on an incline more and more as you're walking. I don't know. Anyway, guys, I guess I'll go. You think it feels cool? Ooh. Well, I wish everyone a good day, and tomorrow you're little trick-or-treaters. And as always, remember the world's a better place because you're in it. Don't ever forget that. There's only one you, and you bring something to this world nobody else can. You guys take care. Love y'all. Bye.